Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, wa salatu wassalamu ala Rasulil Kareem. All praise to Allah and blessings and salutations of prayers be upon Prophet Muhammad. So today I wanted to discuss an important thing which I've ignored for many years as well, although I've studied now some of the medical subjects and some of the dental subjects, you could say. So in the pursuit of some of our life goals, we sometimes ignore our health. And this can be true even for religious people, right? Where sometimes people become interested in religion, and over the course of time, maybe your prayers are set and maybe you're staying away from what Allah has prohibited and you're now living a happy and spiritual and blessed life. But because of that effort and also all the other efforts, right, you've forgotten your own body. So this is a reminder that you have to listen to your body. You have to give it time, you have to give it energy, and you have to properly maintain it. And this is also true even for the non-religious folk, right? Many people are focused on their career and they may spend 10 years, 20 years, 30 years trying to build that business up, trying to build that resume up and everything else, and forget about the simple basics, from exercise to sleep to nature to relationships and all of these other things that make up a healthy and happy lifestyle. And so the reminder is, yes, in general, life isn't about an ideal balance that's maintained for the next 50 years, because, as we grow and as we interact with uncertain situations, for example, the first time you got your first child, or the first time you're going into a new business venture, the first time you move to a new city, right? You're bound to see some uncertainty. You're bound to be a little imbalanced when you're moving, when you're doing this, or similar activities that sort of disorient us. So as we grow, we're going to be imbalanced in the new roles and situations. But in the process, we can't forget about the baseline things. We can't forget about our relationship with Allah, with God. We can't forget about our relationship with our body and how we're treating it. We can't forget about what we're feeding our minds and what's coming out of it. We can't forget about all these things, because these are the base of our existence. And then after that, you got other people, relationships, family, friends, kids, your career. All those things are on the sidelines, or second priority, or after the base. Then you go for these things. If you go for those things at the expense of these things, you'll regret it. If you work for $1 million for 20 years and then you get diagnosed with cancer for a year or two and you had no time to enjoy it, then you'll be like, whoa, what the heck, and all that. So the point is, we have to focus on this. In the Islamic tradition, it was interesting. There were different groups of people that became very excited and very hyper in righteousness. So some of them suggested, we're going to fast all day. Some of them were like, we're going to pray all night. And some of them were like, we're never going to get married, etc., etc. These are examples from the time of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And you can see, even from the Prophet ﷺ's directive and his life example, that he didn't push for any of that extreme to that level. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ prayed for, from what we understand, around 3 to 5 hours a night, right? And that was his personal, private relationship with Allah. Yes, the Prophet ﷺ fasted a lot as well. But at the same time, the Prophet ﷺ was fit, the Prophet ﷺ ate healthy, the Prophet ﷺ ate less. The Prophet ﷺ also, his spiritual energy maximized his health energy, right? So he could be active more with less food. He could be more energetic even with his companions in the house than other people. And he was a courageous leader. He was ready for the best of the best. There's a famous story of the famous wrestler that challenged the Prophet ﷺ, and the Prophet ﷺ actually beat him. So right, this isn't the deen, this isn't the way of life where you're just going to be monkered and shrivel up. Ideally, you're going to be strong in body as well. First is the obligation with God, with Allah, and then everything else after that. So this is a reminder, if you're going that direction, come back. And how do you do that? So some of the basics. Number one is sleep, right? You should have a good, proper sleep, or try to get that. This idea that we're going to be so productive that we're going to burn all our sleep and we're going to accomplish more, usually backfires, because lack of sleep is a healer, so that destroys the rest of our health. Secondly, try to eat more healthier. And the Prophet ﷺ would fast Monday to Thursdays and 13th, 14th, 15th of the lunar month. So if you're fasting those days too, you can also get a balance of ketosis and less caloric intake and less dopamine shots, so that's also good. Spending more time in nature, having healthy relationships, giving in charity, all these things also affect your mental and physical health. So by doing this, and then having some simple exercise routine, some simple maybe cardio, some running, swimming, bicycling, and then at the same time maybe some weights or some push-ups and some squats, etc. So some simple routine that you can maintain in the beginning, or if you're going all out and already do so, very good, and keep it up. These small habits that you do daily will add up to great results, whether that be in your Islamic growth, whether that be in your physical growth, whether that be in overall personal development. May Allah bless you and me with great health and great wisdom and great connection to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and to the Quran and to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Jazakallah khair. Wassalamu alaikum.